our very own Low. I want to start here. Our very own Legend of Winning. So recently he got into some trouble with Kevin Durant, the one and only Kevin Durant. Did everybody see the clip where he talked about Kevin Durant being not top five and everybody grading him on a scale and stuff like that?
Yeah, different standards.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I'll I, and I didn't think it was this big until I started seeing people from like actual sports commentary talking about Kevin Durant should be talking to fans, which I thought was like,
Josh McIntyre.
yeah, I was like, that's a little crazy to say that he shouldn't be talking to fans, but okay. I want to play a clip from the back and forth when Lowe actually got Kevin Durant to be in his space, which is also another crazy feat. Shout out to Lowe, man. Creator's great.
The Suns' offense last year, the lack of appearances at the free throw line, but it's hard to get free throw attempts if you're not attacking the basket. Would you not agree?
I don't think I just settle for threes though.
I didn't say you. You asked me the evaluation of rim pressure. There is a lot of
I just
value
think
in it.
I just think when you break the 3 point line, not necessarily you don't always necessarily have to get to the rim, but I think you can create a lot if you just break the 3 point line. You know what I'm saying? Our game is played behind a 3 point line. I feel like a lot of teams, a lot of players can settle, just shoot a lot of threes. But once you break that, you're gonna get the defense to react. Now, if you get all the way to the rim, that's cool. But sometimes you can just touch the paint, beginning of the paint, and then you can create something or make it or take an easy shot. I feel like if I pull up in the lane, regardless of laying the ball up, that's a layup to me.
And in that series, you just so happen to be shooting bad on your layups.
On my what?
On what you would consider a layup to you, you were just shooting bad on your layups in that series.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But my
Interesting.
career ain't just about one series though.
Mm, that's interesting. Did I? Hello? I like it. Wherever I get quiet.
No, you good. That's
No.
enough. I I mean, what are y'all's thoughts? Because I know everybody was pretty locked into the situation as it was going down.
On the whole situation, or just that like clip?
No, just the whole situation. Him coming in there,
Because
really
the clip,
responding.
yeah,
Right.
the clip was pretty neutral. Honestly, both of them kind of made sense until he called it layups. I feel like that's just shaky, but it's literally we know what he's talking about, so who cares? I think clip was fine, but the general consensus I got from this whole situation is two things. One, niggas cannot just be fat and talk. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. That's really what the shit was. If Low was skinnier, niggas would have let this shit run away. But now niggas are just talking about weight. And then two, ultimately, bruh, I've talked about this when I was mainly basketball content creation, but I don't understand the idea of like treating players who are indeed special talents, specially built. I understand that, but treating them like a literal god sometimes getting a little OD. Like I'm saying in terms of like niggas will hear, hey, I'm in the NBA and treat these motherfuckers like they're literally Zeus, like actual Poseidon, like actual Jesus type shit. Like anything they can and say is law. Anything that they can do and will do is ultimately the right way to do it, and that you cannot critique or disagree with them to the point where you shouldn't even talk to them. Kidding me? That sounds fire in the social media area for players to be able to talk to the fans. And here we have a bunch of reporters or whatever, for whatever reason, not wanting people to talk to said fans, but they're supposed to talk to you. You're a fan? It's corny, but that's all I really gotta say. It's obviously hella people on the podcast that got they should say too.
That's a good point. That's a point. But go ahead, Dama. Why did you fold?
Oh, that's tough.
Oh,
Wah, wah, wah.
wow.
I'm just
Hey, I
going.
tried to
I
get.
have
I tried to help out, Dama. I ain't gonna lie. I tried what I could, but you folded,
I'm
buddy.
just
You
reading.
were
I'm
in
just
that space. That's what hurts. I'll get your
That's
shit off, but it hurt me
wow.
too. I'm gonna say that it hurt me too, Dom. This is crazy.
I felt bad for him. That nigga talked to me in Discord, damn near crying about it. I feel bad for you, bro.
oh my god.
It was bad. It
Damn.
was bad.
I've went through the 5 stages of grief about this space. Before I give my opinions on the reporters, the bum ass reporters talking shit on niggas like Low because he got the opportunity to talk to Kevin, and you niggas write articles and don't get acknowledged because y'all sit on fucking Cowherd and ESPN all day. Before I get into that, it should have been me, bro. Oh my god, it should have been me.
No,
It should have been me. It should have been me. It should have. It should have been me.
Literally.
I was there. I was there. I was there. And, you know, I was like, I spent years. Souls met me and went on my channel and I had a video criticizing KD. And since then, I had it in my mind I would get a chance to slander this nigga in front of the world. In the one fucking day, bro. The one day I said, you know what? The one day I'm like, you know what? He don't ever join anyway. I sent the space. Kevin Durant didn't get it from Low. I sent it to him. I put it there. Look under his tweet. After you get past Trey Young, after you get past Agent.
At least he clicked on your tweet, man.
Who I like, Dre? I don't care. Bro, I was in the space. And I said, you know what? My DoorDash here. I'm going to go eat with my family. You know, I'm going to go eat with the fam. And 5 minutes later, Damo, Kevin Durant's here. No way. Damo, look, KD. No way. I look, 10,000 people. He's up there talking about, oh, you break the three-point line. It's a late. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God. I can't sleep. Do you see my eyes?
Why you didn't leave your family?
Why are you a good family member?
I did leave my family. The moment I just seen fucking Kevin Durant up there with fucking Swiper gawking and fucking everybody else just quiet and scared, I ran in here fucking spamming. Axos, Low, please, Low. If there's any time to look out, it is now. I didn't say shit when you was doing Twitch shit with Swiper. I didn't say nothing. I let Swiper have it. I didn't say nothing when you did playback shit with Ash and KB. I didn't say nothing. I let niggas have it. All I asked was for this. I'm in there begging on my virtual knees.
Talk about Kroger. Talk about Kroger.
Get me on the fucking stage. Damn, cuz I don't see nobody in there.
I ain't gonna lie. I was in there.
We couldn't see you.
And I didn't see you either. I ain't gonna lie. I will say
that.
I didn't see
you weren't in the listeners. And that's happened multiple times with you. So your phone be folding, man. Yeah.
You should have
you
ain't.
No.
Not the baby crying.
Not the baby with you.
Not the baby upset with you. Look, you can't even be mad for real.
This was our moment. This was our moment, Dad.
I could have been famous.
Not the baby crying.
I was about to fuck Deuce Tatum up, bro. Like, this is crazy.
The baby is speaking for you literally right now. This is nuts, bro.
Just saying this is a canon event. That's tough.
Bezos, what you got to say about it? Because I want to play the Jason McIntyre clip as well.
Trauma,
crazy. Well, number one, I do like how Kevin Durant took out time to even talk to Low and be in a Twitter space, and this is not the first time he's done it. Like when it comes to that whole gatekeeping conversation, I am pro. Like, yo, instead of just like calling me a casual and saying I don't know what I'm talking about, like, yo, let's have a conversation and actually discuss things. And I think what we saw was that a lot of the shit that we do argue about, like, it is like more so like it's more so like a logic battle more so than anything, to be honest with you. Which can get corny at times, but that's essentially what it was. I think when it came to that whole conversation, I don't think Low understood exactly what KD was trying to get at with this question. KD was asking in that space, like, yo, why are you so mad about this, bro? Like, this is just ranking players. And Low was like, I'm mad at the inconsistencies. And then he kept on going X, Y, and Z. But I think all KD needed to do was ask it one more time. Why are you mad about the inconsistencies? Because I feel like, you know, if you're KD and seeing all this shit, it's like, yo, why are you so pressed to the point where, like, you're yelling at the top of your lungs as to, like, why I'm overrated? So So there's that. But when it comes to KD though, KD gotta stop acting like he's not biased. Like the one thing I dislike more than a biased person is the biased person that acts like they are unbiased. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that you?
So
That's you, right? Hold on. Ain't that you?
no, I've said myself that I'm biased.
Okay. As long as you can. As
Yeah,
long as you
I'm a
can.
Celtics fan. When I tweeted
Paying
out that
attention.
whole we about to get Miami versus Denver tweet, that was me being open about my bias. I don't want to see Miami and Denver in the finals. So no, I've been open about the shit. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like KD and a lot of players only do this shit when the take is against them. But as soon as you say something that like they don't agree with or doesn't align with their viewpoints, now you don't know what you're talking about.
The only thing I want to say, well, let me play his clip first, because this is who I really want to get after. I really don't even care about the conversation for real. I ain't gonna bullshit you.
As politely as possible, Kevin Durant needs to get a life. He needs to go out and have fun and forget about what the jabronis are saying on social media. You think you're helping your cause by debating this with random dudes on the internet? You're hurting it. That's what you're doing. Michael Jordan doesn't jump in the comment section, okay? Steph Curry doesn't give a rat's ass what these guys on the internet are saying about whether or not he's a top 10 guy or not. Kevin Durant, let your resume speak for itself. You've got a phenomenal resume. You won in the Olympics. You won in the NBA. You finals MVP, NBA MVP. You're one of the seminal 15 guys in the history of the sport. Why are you debating it with a bunch of knuckleheads on the internet? Why don't you go out and focus on what you can control, which is basketball? You know what you can do to shut these guys up? Go out and get to the finals and win the damn thing.
Oh my, that whole thing was hypocritical. You know what? Go ahead, Omar. Wait, huh? Like no point. You know, go you first.
I wanna say this. Because you talked about his resume. Jason McIntyre, I looked you up. Nobody knows you, dog.
Oh shit. Oh.
Nobody knows you. All right. You got all these things in your bio, and literally nobody knows you. I didn't even realize I had him blocked because I know he said some dumbass shit. Nobody knows you. You hold no weights into these streets. The only thing that you can comment on is how good Colin Cowherd's nuts taste. That's the only thing I'm going to give you.
Finish him.
Nobody gives a fuck about what you're talking about. You said KD don't need to be on the internet with the jabronis. Who are you? Kemosabe? Bring this old ass terminology out. Nobody, I promise you. When we get into the resume talk, we know who Legend of Winning is. But I ain't gonna lie. When I seen your face right here, I didn't know if you was from House. I didn't know if you was from CNBC. Really, I didn't even know you was on TV. I just thought you had a great editor, to be honest with you. Like, I swear to God, I didn't know who this man was. Until they said Colin Cowherd, I did not know who he was. Why is it that all of a sudden NBA players are too good to talk to like fans on the internet? Why is that? Why is he too good to say that? Like, well, I don't understand that. Katie, you shouldn't be talking to fans. You shouldn't be talking to people, educating them on basketball, having productive conversations potentially. But if he was on your shit, it would be different, right?
Yo, KD wants to do an interview with you.
If KD was on your shit, it would be different. Because you somebody. I promise you, I Googled him, right? I'm looking at it right here. I see his Twitter. That's the thing you're famous for. His bio. All right, I take that back. His bio. Let's look at his bio. Oh my God, I didn't even notice. This. I was looking for a Wikipedia page, but Fox got his bio. Here it is, right here. Y'all ready? It's a big bio. So Jason McIntyre is a Fox Sports gambling analyst. And he also writes about the NFL and NBA draft. He joined FS1 in 2016 and has appeared on every show on the network. A working man. In 2017, McIntyre began producing gambling content on the NFL, college football, and NBA for Fox Sports. He had a gambling podcast. Oh, this nigga's an addict. For Fox, Coming Up Winners in 2018 and 19. What happened to what? Whoa. Coming Up Winners. What happened? He had it in 2018-19. Before arriving at Fox, he created the website The Big Lead, which he sold. So I'm gonna look up this shit right here, right? I'm gonna look up coming up winners.
This sounds
God,
prepped.
I didn't.
Man.
I promise you, I didn't know anything about this. I'm doing this all right now. I'm doing this all right now.
This shit gets 20 views a month.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Sounds pretty crazy calling niggas knuckleheads when all you known for is fed gambling addicts.
I'm trying to find it. I promise you, I can't. It's a podcast. You stopped it for what? I'm still coming up winners. Fox found you, right? I found him. Here we go. Hold on one more time. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. Found your monkey ass. Right here, coming up winners. You stopped in June 19th. You had 56 episodes. I can't see your analytics, but you have 81 ratings over the course of 2 years. I'm going to go ahead and say your shit wasn't popping. Nope. I'm going to say that's that jealousy. And I'm going to say, Jason McIntyre, get the dick out your mouth.
Finish him.
With the backing of Fox? And you've been on every show? Now that's tough.
You've been on every single show on Fox, and nobody knows you.
Yeah, it's like I said, the whole thing is hypocritical. So as Omar said, not only would you be fine if Kevin Durant was on your shit, but here's something a lot of reporters who would agree with Jason, or anyone in the chat who would agree with Jason in terms of talk to reporters and players only. I don't think you understand that players themselves don't really fuck with reporters either. So like, what are we doing? Like Skip Bayless is in Fox as well, same exact company, and Skip gets called a peon by like half of the league. Now, granted, Skip, we understand his persona, all of that shit, but ultimately, like nobody, you know, like they don't like your ass. I'm tired of people standing these players, standing these like coaches, even all of this shit. When like you need to dial it back a few. I'm a diehard Lakers fan. Kobe, my favorite player ever. I'd even describe him as a hero to me at one point in time, right? But I've never been of the mindset to I think of that nigga like just like I can't think logically about Kobe. I can't argue anything in any negative standard about Kobe ultimately. And rest of peace. So, but it's only because like motherfuckers who like got these Curry fan accounts or the reporters and shit like that, like this stan culture shit. I'm not even explaining how I want to, so I'm gonna stop talking. But it's just getting annoying. Like, calm down. Like these niggas are human, bro. Like if you saw them in real life, they would just dap you up, shake their head, maybe take a picture, and that's it. Motherfuckers think Katie on the pod is gonna fucking skyrocket your shit. Jason, no offense to you, my boy, or it should be offensive. But if Katie was on your shit, it's not like overnight you getting 5 million views, 5 million niggas on your shit now. They gonna watch the Katie episode and move the fuck on. It is what it is. It's
Sage.
It's just
Shannon Sharp left, right? Shannon Sharp left, right?
Shay left, yeah.
Okay. Why isn't Jason next up to be on that show, right?
Because don't nobody give a shit about Jason. Let's keep it a bug. Let's call a spade a spade. There's no way. And I'm just tired of the old media getting mad at what the new NBA media is about to be, which is content creators and guys who didn't go that traditional, got my journalism degree. Now I suffered as an intern for 3 to 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, busting my ass as an intern and had to suck dick to all the fucking main characters on the platform. I'm sorry, niggas don't got to do that no more. Niggas like Kenny can just, be successful and Stephen A looks out for him. Niggas like Lowe can just do what he got to do and, keep putting out his content, being successful, and motherfuckers just gravitate to him and he gets the job done. That's really what it takes nowadays, just having a solid platform and knowing the business. You don't got to suck dick at ESPN or Fox to move up the ranks to get the opportunity to put him on your bullshit-ass gambling show. I'm sorry, Katie, don't give a fuck about your gambling show. You was over there talking about over and unders for underdog and fucking draft picks, bitch. No one gives a fuck about that shit, bro. No one can. That doesn't make you more credible than someone who's literally put years and years and years studying the game, studying players, studying what coaches are doing, studying decisions, talking this shit and building a community around himself and around others. There's no way you're about to sit there and say because you sold a website in 2010 and sucked dick for damn near over 10 years that makes you better than somebody. Fuck out of here, knucklehead.
What's his sports background? Who is Jason?
Maybe KD's tweet was right, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Motherfuckers are jealous of the real players. Type shit.
I guess. Well, it's just funny though. Mind you, they try to blow up the way that creators blow up, right? Like that nigga had the TikTok format down. He had the text popping up, all that shit down, had the overlay down. He not even trying to blow up like their organic way or whatever. They be on Twitter. If he were to really be serious about the shit, he would start a space. Like,
let me ask.
So
Well, let me. I want to talk about Katie's actual point. I'm done with this dick sucker right here. I'm really done with that dick sucker. To Katie's point, you know, I said this earlier in the space for a lot of folks that just play ball or whatever. It's not all about the names. It's not all about the stats. It's not all about the list, the rankings. And you can hear that when you listen to like other basketball players talk about basketball. Do you get the respect from your peers? Like, do your peers, you know, respect you and your game and stuff like that? It's not necessarily about, oh, I was top 5 from 2020 to 2023. Like, that shit don't matter at the end of the day. So I think some parts of what he was saying was true. But you do, I mean, maybe you don't see him, Kevin Durant. You don't get judged the same way. And that's okay. Like, everybody has biases, like B-So said. Everybody has biases, but you don't get judged the same way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna judge. I don't judge Jeff Teague the same way.
Nah. What he said was ultimately what Lowe said ultimately was kind of true, because I feel like in the situation, and right, I guess I wish I was in the space too, right? I feel like it depends where you're at as a player, and obviously depends how great you are. For example, I know Trae Young was in the gulag, and I think Jamal Crawford was as well. Literally looking at all three of those players, for example, Jamal Crawford will never ever get that level of slander, let alone Gawk, because he was just like a 6th man of the year, could put up 20, maybe even more any given night type player, right? So as a result, people have just unanimously accepted that he's a great talent that could go out and get you 20, but he was never like in GOAT combo. So everybody cool with that. Now with Trae Young, let alone year 1, 2 Trae Young, when you're a rising star in the league, man, you better not fuck up, because now it's automatic bus talk. Like, it's automatic, the biggest extreme possible. With Kevin Durant, when you're an established 10-year vet, they've already, or even longer than 10 years, and they know what you're capable of. Now people always lean on what you've done, especially when you're as great as a player as Kevin Durant. They lean on what you've done versus what you've done yesterday, because they got like all these years prior to. So no matter how much, and I'm not saying he is even, I'm not even in this debate, but no matter how much KD could potentially regress, they're always going to lean back until he's finally either A, falling off a cliff, or B, actually doing basketball. So yeah, ultimately he does get judged differently. But I won't say it's nothing too crazy, but yeah, he do. A lot of players in this situation do, though.
It's just KD cares, bro. KD cares. He felt some type of way about the comments, and it's fine. Just admit it. That's my whole thing. Just admit it. Stop acting like you don't care about how other people think of you, because it's normal to feel, to have some type of way if you see clips like that. Like, imagine that same clip was about the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. I don't know how you talk about the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. The way y'all talk about the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast is just blowing me, man. Like, this show is so overrated. This, that, and the third. We can talk all about how, like, it's a fan on fan interaction, and saying overrated doesn't mean your shit is ass, X, Y, and Z. But if I'm the creator of this thing that I built, and that shit is getting criticized like that, I'm gonna feel some type of way about it. So, I just don't blame KD for responding the way that he did, but just own up to it, bro. Just own up to it. You care about the shit. You care about the narratives. You care the way people think about you. And that's that. It's cool, man. It's cool.
They weren't born in the NBA either. They act like some players act like they've never had the basketball debates ever in their life. Like, yeah, you'd be shitting me if 10 years from now Victor Wembanyama talking about he doesn't care about any rankings or whatever, as if Victor, when he was in high school, wasn't talking about rankings. There's no shot that these players weren't talking about LeBron or Kobe before they got into the league. It's impossible. You don't have that much passion for the game that you'd never talk about it. You never debate it. So yeah, I don't want to keep echoing, but yeah, this shit just it just really drove home how, like, ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, no matter what we say, the universe essentially has this corny standard for how we talk about basketball.
I do think, before we get into the super chats and the punches, because I got like 22, this shit is disgusting. I do think, though, what he's saying is there's some validity to it. He's just saying that they might have like ranked folks or whatever the case back then, but it's the words of the new lingo that's coming up.
That's true.
Is out of pocket. And also, I mean, I don't care what nobody says. Some people literally just talk from a position of, not ever touching a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I know in real life, like, especially like younger Damo, when he played basketball, but he would not be paying attention to dudes that were in the audio visual club at his school telling him about, basketball. Like, I don't know. I felt the same way when I was in orchestra. I felt the same way when I was playing football. Like, bro, I'm really not trying to hear what you got to say. Because if you came out and did what I did, like, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't say it's unwarranted. It's just it get OD, but it's never unwarranted.
My thing is,
go ahead.
My biggest problem is they try to act like there's not a clear difference in what some people like. They dub all the fans as just talking all one way. Like there's not a way to analyze the game without actually playing the pro game, and they just discount everything. Like it's one thing if niggas is just out there, if Lowe is sitting there, this nigga Kevin Durant sucks. He went out there and missed that underhand layup. If he said some shit like that, then yeah, Kevin Durant. Hey, tell me what the fuck you talking about. Hey, tell me I don't know what you talking about. But if we actually talking using basketball terms that and we saying real shit, and when niggas ask you questions, you gotta PC or answer, that's when it's getting to the land of, all right, nigga, like, you're not even being real with me now. Like, now you're not being real. You're trying to create that barrier of, well, I'm just a pro player. When niggas ask him, so Kevin Durant, so you don't rank players at all? No, man, I don't got no list or anything like that. Somebody said, okay, so all right, cool. So it's tiers of guys that are good and aren't good, right? Because you sit there and said all you care about is can a guy play. Nah, I don't even do that. So what the fuck are you doing to justify can someone play or not? Like, how can you determine as a basketball player yourself? How do you determine if a guy is good or not? If he's better than you? If he's not better than you, can he not play? No, there's plenty of guys that aren't as good as you, Kevin Durant. You know that, but you'll say they can play basketball. But how can you judge that if you don't even have a system in your mind of what makes a good player versus a bad player? Someone asked him that. Someone pressed him on that. You know what he said? Nah, man, y'all just be talking about rim pressure and I don't get it. Like, all right, bro, like you're dancing around shit. You don't want to answer the real questions because you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I think
people
he just
act like
articulated his points wrong. That's just it to me. I think what he was just trying to get at was like, within these conversations, there is too much nitpicking, and we've had this take too. Like people get too like ramped up about the difference between the number 5 slot and the number 8 slot. Shit like that. Like, yo, ultimately, shit doesn't matter to the point where you need to yell about it. I think that was just his point. Like, yo, why are you so pressed? So I get where KD's coming from, but again,
I don't.
He's just lying to himself.
That's why I wish I was there. I don't get where he's coming from because even that nigga's up there. Yo, I just don't understand. You can have different people and everybody can have a different top 5. No, the fuck they can't, Kevin Durant. If we ask you who's the top 5 players this season, we should not get 5 niggas with 5 different top 5s. That just doesn't. That statistically doesn't make sense. It's not. That does the math don't even math on that. He's up there mad thinking that, we're talking about his whole career. You correct him. It's just this year. Do you feel it was 5 players better than you this year? I mean, I don't know, but when you give me that list, it is a good list. But everybody can have a different list. No, they can't, Kevin. They can't. You know what? I'm gonna just stop because I agree. No, they shows how many different top 5s you think you have for this season. How many different ones? I can give you 3. 3 totally different. I mean, from 1 to 5 aren't the same players. That's what I mean about different.
I'm talking about just different criteria, though. The same names will pop up regardless,
but that's not that's not what he was saying. He was saying you can have 5 legit different top 5s. You're talking about the best 5 players in the NBA. You can have 5 different top 5s because the league is so great. No, you really can't.
It's just weird. Katie has to, like, or any player, they like when they're in practice, when they're on the court, they have to be able to tell who they think is better and worse than other players. It's kind of literally like, You play anything, fuck a sport. You play any competition, you will psychoanalyze or at least mentally analyze. Yeah, that guy's better than this guy. This guy's better than that guy. So ultimately, I feel like it's a disingenuous argument. I see what he tried to say, but Soul's right. He didn't articulate that properly because like people watch Keep It a Buck. This channel's better than Keep It a Buck. Keep It a Buck's better than this channel. It's how the human brain works. What are you talking about?
KD proves why NBA players wouldn't stand a chance in the NFL. There's no NFL player who plays football at a high level that doesn't understand the game at a high level and can articulate concepts and schemes with others. And
these said there's no player.
That's interesting. I don't
Did
even
Ting
know.
say there's no player in the NBA, or
There's no
not many?
NFL player who plays football at a high level that doesn't understand the game at a high level and can
Okay.
articulate concepts and schemes with others.
Okay.
And people said he was trolling. I mean, it is what it is. And I go back and forth on this, but today somebody coined the term table setting in the space.
Table setting.
Yeah, so the new phrase is table
Damo,
setting.
have y'all heard the new buzzwords in the NBA community?
No. God damn it, there's new ones?
Number one is table setting. Table
What
setting.
is that?
Number two is scoring valve. Scoring valve. I don't know if y'all have heard that one.
I've heard that one.
You know, shit like that. What's the other one? Connector. Great connector.
I don't know that one. What the fuck?
I heard
scoring valve once.
I heard table setting today and got all the way pissed off.
Who used it?
Oh, KB knows ball.
What the fuck is table setter? What is that?
Hey, you supposed to know, man. Get the context clue.
Is that a playmaker? Is that genuinely like a playmaker person that sets the
Get the context, Damo.
Okay. All right,
Damo.
I'm sorry.
If you don't know ball, okay? Have you taken an Eli class?
No, I'm not taking an Eli class.
So I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking. You haven't.
You taking an Eli class?
Yes.
These Bro, Eli boot camp members are mad funny though.
No,
I said that in the space earlier.
When I seen Eli, he bought stats to create his own stat. I said, "You're just
remember that shit?
You're just on a different level than me, my guy. Like, little bro, you're just on a different level. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just couldn't perceive. I couldn't perceive that buying stats, buying access to statistics to create your own statistic. And then I asked him, Eli, what is your stat quantify? Well, really, it really is a mixture of a LeBron Raptor and the Draymond Green stat. I'm like, all right. Stop.
You're missing when he said, and Eli my dog, but you're missing when he said it was an estimation on something too, and it was up to him.
Oh yeah, it's not an exact number. It's really an estimation I come up with. What?
I was like, damn.
No. Next season, I'm asking him, what's Jalen Green's Eli stat, Eli? Oh yeah, it's a 23.8. Like, all right, I guess that's good. I don't even know.
Shout out to Eli. I ain't heard from bro in a minute.
So read some of these super chats while I take these shots. Pause.
Hey yo,
all right, man.